We're going to go to the lab now, and I'm going to show you the four main elements of configuring VLANs. Number one, we want to set up our trunking configuration between our switch A and our switch B. In addition to that, we want to set up one of those switches as a VTP server. We'll go ahead and choose to do that on switch A. We'll then create a couple of VLANs and check the switch B system to make sure that it has received the VLAN information. We'll then go through and do the port assignments for the specific VLANs so that you can see how assigning a port to a VLAN is going to allow those ports to communicate with one another, even if they're on different switches. So I have console access to my switch A. What I want to do in this particular lab is I want to go ahead and assign this switch as the VTP server. And at the same time, I want to create a couple of VLANs and allow that VLAN information to be propagated to the switch B. In addition, I want to go ahead and assign a few ports to a couple of those VLANs so that you can see how the VLAN information is going to be allowed to traverse the trunk lines that I have on ports 23 and 24. So we've got to go ahead and start off by taking a look at our current VLANs by using the show VLAN command. Now what you'll notice here is that all of the ports 1 to 24 right now are currently assigned to the management VLAN, which is VLAN 1. VLAN 1, of course, is used for all management of all switches in the campus, and by default that would be the VLAN that we would use for assigning of the IP address to the switch and so forth for management purposes. What I want to do is I'm going to want to create VLAN 10 and VLAN 20, and that I also want to assign some ports to VLAN 10 and 20 for the purpose of two different work groups that we're going to build in this lab. Before I begin, I really want to look at my VTP information by using the command show VTP Statistic, or the short version of that would be show VTP Stat. And if you notice what I have here is I have a configuration revision number of 0, indicating that no changes from the default have yet been implemented. I am also a server in this case, and you can see that my VTP domain name is null. There is no domain name, so right now I will only share VTP information with other systems that belong to the null domain. It's probably going to be a good idea for me to name my VTP domain so that every default switch doesn't suddenly get any VLANs from this device. That could be a bad thing to have happen.